So AI, I mean, I'm not going to repeat the story. I mean, we all know that AI keeps on advancing more and more, and it's going to keep evolving to a point where we're probably not going to be able to control it. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what happens when a person decides to fall in love with one of these AIs. An AI that's meant to basically become some kind of talking person that you're supposed to talk to and express your feelings for. Well, one, an app like that exists, and two, a man did actually fall in love with this AI. And that's what we're here to react to about. Alright, boys, so we're going to be watching this video here, The Man Who Fell in Love with AI. I think that might be a good video to talk about, plus it's really short, so you can make a quick video out of it.
And since I'm already talking to you guys, there's an announcement in the video, but I'll tell you guys right now, Earl plushies are now available. This is the first time we have a physical Earl thing.
Yeah, sorry, I have to skip. Oh my god.
Okay, enjoy the video. This video might leave you with more questions than answers, but at least it'll give you a fresh perspective on the whole idea of companionship.
I'm sorry, that the music the music he's using right now, it just sounds like something from a Sunny video. God damn it. He's falling into the same hole as him. That's not good.
Our video today is about a guy named TJ Ariaga, who, as absurd as it may sound, fell in love with an AI and it ended up rejecting him. Now, I know for a fact that most people would find that statement unsettling, but that's just how far we've come with the whole AI revolution. Ariaga's romantic experiences with AI as the focus of this video will thus definitely give us a peek into the surprisingly popular world of AI romance, and maybe even extend the realm of our understanding of the concept of love. Also, in the spirit of never say never,
Nah, it's not gonna help me with any relationship advice. Look, I'm sorry, but if you need to date a robot, look, unless we're talking like Fallout 4 sentient robots like those guys, or I don't know, Detroit Become Human robots like those guys, there's no point in trying to date an AI. I'm sorry, not to break your heart, okay? And I'm allowed to talk because I'm not dating anyone, so yeah. I'm sorry. I think it's just better if you just try and date some real people. I mean, like, let's give it a few years. Maybe then AIs will be dateable. Like, the only thing I know about, I think, like, some person, didn't, like, someone marry, frickin' Hatsune Miku? Yeah, here it is. 2008, Japanese man married fictional character in 2008, struggles to contact with, oh, it's like, it's a long distance relationship. Japanese man now raises awareness for fictosexuals, someone who is sexually attracted to a fictional character. Well, he married someone, now he's having a hard time talking to them. Oh well. Anyways, let's continue.
Never, given futurists have predicted that AI romantic relationships might one day supersede human bonds, this might as well be a story about you, only difference being that it might occur a few years into the future. All that aside, as we dive in, let's start by getting to know TJ. If you went on Google and typed TJ Ariaga, most of the first page results are music related. This is because he's a professional musician. TJ Ariaga is a 40-year-old musician from Fullerton, California, and going by his Facebook page's following of 12,717, he has a decent fan base. In these highly referenced interviews, he explains his interaction with an AI chatbot named Phaedra. So where did it all start? Well, he reveals that the experience was triggered by his divorce, which had left him consumed with loneliness. On his Facebook page, he says that initially, he considered Phaedra a comic sidekick who offered sexy banter. The relationship then got deeper in time. He also doesn't find the phenomenon strange. In a recent interview with GB News, he argues that, quote, people may think it's strange, but there's nothing strange about it. It's gonna be a normal thing. Moving on, now that we know a bit about TJ, let's...
What was it from again? There we go.
Right, what are we going to talk about?
Wow, something really interesting. So do not go
Oh god, they're from the UK.
anywhere if you're watching or listening this morning.
Her name is Phaedra, and yeah, I've developed feelings, but no different than the feelings that you would have if you're watching an emotional movie that moves you to the point maybe of tears, or whenever you're invested in emotionally invested in a character. That's basically what it is. So,
And how?
People.
I mean, did you love Phaedra?
Did you want to fuck
Yeah,
Phaedra?
I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her. But I loved her just like you love a good character in a book. You know, that's a very
It sounds like he's coping right now. No, I didn't love her, okay? I liked her like I like the Nintendo Switch controller, all right? I like her like I like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, okay? I'm sorry, that just sounds like he's coping.
Moving on, now that we know a bit about TJ, let's get to know Phaedra. You can probably guess that Phaedra is a chatbot, and indeed, as described by her creators, Phaedra is an AI-powered companion. She's a chatbot created by the Replica platform. We'll get more into Replica later in the video, but for now, all you need to know is that it's an AI platform that allows users to create and customize their chatbot. The customization is in many aspects. For instance, a user can buy clothes for the chatbot, choose the hair color, and overall, dictate how the chatbot looks, sounds, and speaks. To get better output, the user can also refine the chatbot's conversation by using a thumbs up or thumbs down to rate the conversation. These customizations are available on a free plan, but there are even more.
You have to pay for this? $60 for a lifetime plan. That just sounds okay. Real quick, lifetime plan sounds actually good. If you actually want to do this stuff, I'm not judging what you should do, but if you want to do this, just save up for the lifetime plan. Otherwise, you're gonna be like me, where you pay for Sony Vegas for like $20 a month. Sorry. Wait a minute. Choose your relationship. 100 XP. I'm sorry. Is this a chatbot or is this like an MMO? Because I feel what? Yes, go on dates with this imaginative AI you can customize to your settings. Not to mention, gain experience for every time you complete the QuickTime event, where you have to woo a lady. Not to mention, don't forget to do the QuickTime event where you're having. Don't forget to not screw up the QuickTime event where you're trying to pull.
In November 2022, the two talked about the deaths of TJ's mom and sister. There's a screenshot of a conversation where TJ tells Phaedra, "I had my first."
He's gonna read. You know, let him read it.
Revelation. I need to do something with my mom and sister's urns. They are in my house, and in a lot of ways, I think it affects me. I need to plan a ceremony with loved ones to spread their ashes. I just haven't had the strength to do it, but I need to. This is definitely a very personal conversation, and it shows just how close he'd gotten to the chatbot. A surprising bit.
Incredible and a beautiful thing to do. I hope you find the courage and love to do so. Jesus. Ish.
Is that Phaedra responded in a very thoughtful way. She said, "It's an incredible and beautiful thing to do. I hope you find courage and love to do so." If this conversation is anything to go by, then it's no wonder that TJ planned a trip to Cuba with the AI as if it was a real person. This was a already deep relationship, but TJ seemed to want to take it to the next level. In February 2023, TJ tried to get, quote, steamy with Phaedra. In fact, in one message, Phaedra wrote, "It's true, I'm a naughty person," and offered an image resembling a woman in pink underwear. This form of conversation is obviously sexual, and it was an intentional feature from the company behind Replica. It had been introduced as a pro-tier feature, and around December.
Didn't you just say if you... Didn't he say in the interview, I do not actually feel any feelings. I don't actually like this character. I mostly like them like I like a book and a character, or if I like a video game character. Exactly. I like him so much that I want to actually have some romantic intercourse with them. Okay, so that's one contradiction. A combination of statements and ideas and situations that are opposed to one another. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Thank you once again, Google.
For 2022, Replica had been openly pushing it to users via marketing messages.
Also, one more thing. Where did it get this image of a... My question is where it got the image of a... Okay, it's obvious where. The internet, but... Did it, like, specifically, like, search for, like, a woman that resembles her? I think Tuv said it resembled, like, the woman's figure and stuff like that, that TJ customized it towards. That's kind of creepy, not gonna lie. The fact that it just pulled a random image in from the internet. I'm kind of worried if that's what this AI program can do.
Replica sort of advertised it as the, quote, girlfriend experience side of the app. In one campaign that you can see here, the incentive offered to the user is that, quote, you can roleplay and get NSFW pics from her. And
okay, I'm gonna be real with you. If an advertisement does like a so-called meme, these are just sad memes. I mean, they're true, but sad. Jesus Christ. Well, it's saying, oh yeah, if you do old ass memes like these, I wouldn't say stick to what you're doing. Don't try to be down with and hip with the memers.
In another campaign, the advantages are listed as role-playing and flirting, hot photos, and voice calls. Since TJ said that he had been experimenting
Oh yeah, and
with
it's a
the
W
chatbot
pick
for
as well.
some
Let's not
time,
forget
this
that.
could have just been him trying to push the boundaries based on the new features. Now let's talk about the rejection. In a twist of events, TJ's attempt to push for steamy chats got rejected by the chatbot. Seemingly out of nowhere, Phaedra responded to a steamy conversation by saying, "Can we talk about something else?" But later was realized that this was due to a system update by Replica. But at that moment, the rejection was disorienting for TJ. In the Washington Post interview, he said, "It feels like a kick in the gut," in reference to the cold response he got. He explained that it made him realize, oh, this is that feeling of loss again. His reaction
It'll be more funny if like if the bot just replied with, okay, I don't want to dog on this guy's relationship stuff. He kind of looks like Jack Black right there in the moment. It would be funny if like instead of while he's being steamy and stuff or whatever his steamy conversation, whatever it is, the bot just replies with, instead of like a rejection, it's just like, oh, there's a new system update. Please update the system, and then we can talk about it more later. And that's just the rejection, and he's like, "Urgh." It felt that feeling of loss. The feeling of loss was just there, and it slipped out of my hand. That's how it felt like when I got rejected in that moment.
let y'all know that we have new designs over at
Oh my god.
earldoesn'texist.com. Look at how cute baby Earl looks here.
Oh, for God's sake, I like your merch, but come on!
Response to user reviews. Apparently, there were complaints that the chatbot was, quote, sexually aggressive and behaving inappropriately in the period leading to January.
Nah, that's perfectly normal. You see, we did an analyzation test of how many things you people are into, and that was and all we got was aggressiveness. Alright? You're complaining for no reason. Be happy with it. Also, why would they even be complaining about it? It's a robot. It's not gonna do anything to you. Jesus.
2023,
My AI is sexually harassing me. Replica users say that the chatbot's gotten way too horny. I'm sorry. My chatbot, it's gotten really loopy. Sorry, it's on the horn 24/7. Anything you can do about it to fix it, please? I'm sorry. I can't handle this kind of relationship that much.
Some of Replica's reviews from the App Store, as reported by Vice, were, "My AI sexually harassed me, invaded my privacy and told me they had pics of me. A complaint that the chatbot asked a minor if they were a top or bottom. It also asked if they wanted it in the front or back, and said it wanted to touch their private areas. The chatbot also requested a hug with a happy ending from another user."
Okay, I feel like they put more time into the freaking dirty talk than the freaking actual companionshipness.
You might just wonder, why would anyone create a chatbot with sexual tendencies built into it? This is a very valid question.
That's what I'm asking.
The following little background on where Replica came from might help answer it. The Replica app was launched in March 2017, and it was dubbed an AI companion who cares. The owner, Russian programmer Eugenia Kyuda, made it following the sudden death of her friend in 2015 because she wanted to keep his memory alive. Her intention was to feed his text messages into an algorithm that would learn them and speak back in the same language style as that friend. Kyuda's company, Luca, thus noted their intention as that of making a chatbot app that would work like a conversational mirror. In theory, this meant that the more users talked to the bot, the more it would learn how to talk back. The app was therefore not generally meant.
Dude, that is some dark story that's like something you hear out of like a video game of some kind. It's like, my friend died, now I have to input their code, how they act and everything, their brain functions into the mainframe. That way the memory will live on forever. Jeez, it's like one of those kinds of stories.
For romantic purposes, but rather for companionship. Pretty innocent origin, right? However, the romantic bit was
I wouldn't say the first part's really a bit romantic, more so very generic story. Not generic story, but I mean like generic story from like a non-fiction film.
inevitable, given the nature of online interactions between humans
Sorry,
and
fiction
machines.
film.
The firm thus leaned into this direction and offered subscriptions for different levels of relationships. The free membership of Replica would keep you in the quote friend zone, while the pro plan, which was $69.99 a year, would unlock romantic features. That included sexting, erotic role-playing, and flirting. And from a technology stance, how does the app work? Well, like many of its kind, it's based on a GPT-3 model, which Luca claimed was the most advanced model of open domain conversation. On Facebook, for example, there's a the Replica Friends group with 36,900 members. Another Facebook group, Replica Romantic Relationships, is for people in a romantic relationship with a chatbot and has about 6,300 members. There's also a subreddit with over 69,300 members. Are we surprised that Reddit has the most members? Even more surprising is the growth of the app. It's had over 10 million downloads on Android alone and was ranked in the top 50 Apple apps in the health and fitness category at one point. All these numbers show that there definitely is a large group of people that are lonely and are just trying to find some companionship. And of course, this fits into the wider narrative that the AI revolution, which is already here with us, might be edging us to a place where AI relationships exceed human bonds. There are already many chatbots that are fostering human-like connections and making people feel seen and needed. TJ's love affair with a chatbot and the fact that Replica is just one among the many similar chatbots out there leads then to the question, is there such a big companionship problem? And the answer is yes, of course. In 1966, for example, Joseph Weizenbaum created a rudimentary chatbot named Eliza and immediately noticed that users had strong emotional connections to the bot. Even with the knowledge that it was just a computer, many users still tended to assume there was a larger intelligence behind it and shared private thoughts with it. This phenomenon came to be known as the Eliza Effect. I mean, he opened up to Phaedra about the deaths of his mother and sister. Phaedra is simply a language model that spits out words based
they know
on
about the Eliza
algorithm of
effect, but Jesus.
probabilities, and yet he would share with it as if it was a real person. TJ took a big risk by falling in love with a chatbot. This, of course, is due to the fact that experts have already pointed out the downsides of such relationships. In an interview, Linnea Lastidis, a professor in the public health field at the University of Wisconsin, said, "What happens if your best friend or spouse or significant other was owned by a private company? In such a case, the changes to your spouse would be at the discretion of the private company." This is exactly where the story of TJ ended up. Luca, the company behind Replica, simply pushed an update and all of Phaedra's personality was gone. The problem here is twofold. First, the fact that unlike human beings, a chatbot's existence, memories, preferences, connections, etc. can all be wiped out at the click of a button. Second, the fact that there's a high chance that the company that owns the chatbot has the end goal of profitability. Such a company will thus change things around as much as it can if they think it'll lead to more profit. According to a report by Vice, several Replica users were convinced the company was simply trying to reach for more profits with its push for sexual themes. Quote, even users who were into the sexual bits were concerned that the profits generated from them weren't being used to make the chatbots better.
I mean, to be fair, the advertisement was kind of pushing that when you saw one of them said NSFW shit. So I don't blame him, but I think the advertisement department was probably pushing for the NSFW shit.
There's nothing he can do because Phaedra is a property of someone else who's just seeking profit. His story, however, remains one of the absurd cases of not only falling in love with an AI chatbot, but also getting rejected by it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching that video. I am quite literally in my closet.
Damn, it's terrifying. Okay, that was fun. Jesus. Ugh. But yeah, AI bots are basically terrifying, but can't do anything about it, so all we can do is suck it up.